reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Reputation Defender.
Morning, Melissa. That's got to be you, nobody else.
Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681.
Some of Santa's sleighs have been converted to EVs this holiday season.
This familiar sound is coming from an unfamiliar source, one of Amazon's all-electric delivery vans.
Everyone's asking, is that electric? Is that electric?
Amazon driver Jonathan Zavala is one of the first to get behind the wheel of the company's zero-emission vehicles, which get 150 miles per charge.
More than enough mileage for these vans.
Amazon spokesperson Natalie Banky says they now have 1,000 electric delivery vehicles in 100 cities, part of their eventual goal to be carbon neutral.
Our most immediate goal is to get 100,000 of these on the road by 2030.
Matt Bigler for CBS News, Richmond, California.
There's some in-family romance going on at the Cincinnati Zoo's House of Hippos. The local report says the zoo's famous female, Fiona, has been mating with her stepdad, Tucker. He begat her younger brother, Fritz, coupling not considered cringy in the hippo community. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Wait. Tell me, where'd you get that money? Oh, man. All this money came from 43money.com right online. Are you saying you went to 43money.com and got all that money you needed fast? Man, you know it. I went to 43money.com yesterday and bam, $5,000 was in my account today. Straight up. Now, hold on. 43money.com helps you get $5K like that? Yeah, man, that's right. 43money.com's lenders provide personal loans for up to $5,000 for people like you and me, even if you don't have good credit. Man, I'm always short on cash. Can 43money.com help me get the money I need fast? If you need extra money fast, go to 43money.com. Just have a checking account and a regular source of income. Go to 43money.com and you can get the loan you need now. Regardless of your credit, go to 43money.com to get the money you need fast. Type www.43money.com directly into your address bar. That's 43money.com. Again, 43money.com. 43money.com.
Is your foot pain becoming a hassle? Can't get through a workday without pain? Can't go shopping without limping down the aisles? I'm Dr. Brian Kelly, a board-certified podiatrist with specialized training in endoscopic procedures for heel pain and neuromas. Most diagnostic procedures can be performed right in the office, saving you the time and trouble of going from place to place. So don't run around town to fix your feet. Call me at 265-7585 for an appointment. That's 265-7585. Serving Montgomery, Greenville, and surrounding areas for over a decade. Follow us on Facebook or visit us on the web at www.
I'm a good old boy. Never really no harm.
And services that we provide. I'm Dr. Brian Kelly with Greenville Foot Care. Happy feet, start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
Hey folks, this is Tammy Burkhalter at Prattville Farm Center, and did you know there's all kind of dogs that we can feed, like big dog, happy dog, big dog, big dog, hunting dog, baby dog, lap dog,
Let me see.
happy dog, stuffy dog, standing dog, hat dog, cozy dog, family dog.
It's a good old boy.
Dog.
Megan, do you know wrong? In a hard kind of thing. I don't never will.
Hi, this is Tom Layton with P. Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Don't miss Sean Hannity. Biden incoherently adheres live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
News Radio 1440.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Lowe's. It's Pro Time. Because at Lowe's, it's Pro-Vember. Over 30 days to save big. Full of more inventory, more Lowe's MVPs bonus points, and more of the deals you deserve. Because it always pays to be a pro at Lowe's. Save all Pro-Vember long.
A very cold start this morning in the low and mid 30s with frost out there in many communities, so you may want to give yourself a few extra minutes this morning. Temperatures today, they do warm up, it's just not much, up to about 50, 51 with a good deal of sunshine today. Plenty of sun on Friday. Temperatures start in the morning in the upper 20s, warm into the afternoon into the mid 50s. More clouds for Saturday and a slight chance of a shower, especially in South Alabama. Highs stay in the 50s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, we are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Nice and chilly cold out there. Make sure you get all your windows cleared off in case you parked outside with no overhead. You got frost. Learn to be a heavy equipment operator at Trenton State. Registration is now open. Get trained and hired fast. Trenton State. Skills for success. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed. 239-9510.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. The community came together at Selma High School last night for a meeting. This comes 1 week after one student died from an apparent fentanyl overdose. Selma City School Superintendent says that drugs and violence are starting to show up at their schools, and parents need to get involved.
If you don't have discipline, you're going to have stuff happen. You don't. Y'all brought this on yourself.
Association says right now, Alabama's dealing with a lot of challenges, including millions of unreimbursed personnel costs from COVID, issues with Medicaid, and a high uninsured population. Trenton State Community College is opening another truck training site in Montgomery. Representatives with the college say that this gives people the opportunity to have well-paying jobs in our area in the truck driving industry. I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News, and these are your Thursday morning headlines.
Men, are you asking yourself questions like, why am I gaining fat? Why is my energy or sex drive down? And maybe you haven't been getting the exercise you need. If you want to get back to the man you used to be, but just don't have that youthful energy, that edge you once had, you very well might have low testosterone. Low T causes all kinds of issues, from a reduced libido, lower drive, and bad sleep patterns, to problems with muscle gain and bone density, and more. It may even contribute to erectile dysfunction. And if this sounds like you, it's probably time to get treated for your low T. At Montgomery Men's Health, we've treated many men for low T. We've seen them put on muscle, add to their energy, improve their sex lives, get better sleep, and just feel better. Plus, if you're like most men, you'll see results in only a few weeks. So make an appointment today and experience how low testosterone therapy can truly change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 with results in minutes. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Democrats predicted an end to high inflation, but nothing has changed. In fact, food and housing prices are still going higher. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to protect your savings from inflation by diversifying into a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To see how it works, simply text the word safeguard to 989898, and you'll get a free info kit on gold IRAs that will explain everything. Again, that's safeguard to 989898. There's no obligation or purchase required.
You want to be a showstopper like The Miz? You want to be awesome? Then you'll want to have a game plan. Whether you're a champion or a bettor, you've got to be responsible. The DraftKings Sportsbook offers all the tools you need. You can set a realistic budget and bet within your means. You can set time, deposit, and wager limits so you can have a personal game plan for having fun while being responsible. I practice safe bets, and so should you. Visit DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming to learn about all these tools and more.
Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. For your free quote, call 1-800-885-8811. That's 1-800-885-8811. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-885-8811. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Medishare.
I'm a good old boy.
Medishare to pay for healthcare can save
Never really know how.
$100 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge radio networks. Yeah,
read my mind.
I like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health.
I like some good coffee.
Self-employed, or
it don't really taste like coffee.
Or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes.
That's kind of cold.
Very smart.
Not very hot.
Here's the number you need: 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51.
It's my thing.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And
sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, and good morning again, every one of you, every last one of you. It's another day to be thankful for. To be thankful that we're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of us. Good morning. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is time for our daily bread. It is November the 17th, 2022 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Onward, Unswerving. We encourage you to live lives worthy of God, who calls you into his kingdom and glory. That is from 1 Thessalonians 2:12. Our scripture insight today is Thessalonians 3:11-13 and 4:9-1. And again, it is November the 17th. It is a day like all the other days of old that it's never been. It is also a day that shall never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't. And more importantly, You don't get a chance to come back and do all the things, undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, November the 17th, 2022, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you have lived a while, you have seen, you have heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, while you can, as long as you can, until you can't, reach back and help somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah May said that whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you shall always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest only if you can. But you never quit. You never give up. Martin Luther King said, if you can't run, walk. And if you can't walk, crawl. But whatever you do, always move forward. And when the clouds of life get in your way, remember this. The sun is always out. Wait a minute. The clouds will move. Good morning to you. Onwards, unswerving. That's our daily bread for this day, November the 17th, 2022. It's a great day to be alive.
Hi, and thanks for joining us for another daily encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Today's reading was written by Monica LaRose, and she titled it Onwards. In the poem Rest, the poet gently challenges our tendency to separate leisure time from work, asking, is not true leisure one with true toil? If you want to experience true leisure, instead of trying to avoid life's duties, the author urges, still do thy best, use it, not waste it, else 'tis not rest. Wouldst behold beauty near thee, all round? Only hath duty such a sight found. The poet concludes that true rest and joy are both found through love and service, an idea that brings to mind Paul's encouragement to the Thessalonians. After describing his calling to encourage believers to live lives worthy of God, the apostle gives more specifics. And the picture he paints of such a life is one of quiet integrity, love, and service. Paul prays that God would make their love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else. And he urges believers in Jesus to make it your ambition to lead a quiet life, to mind your own business and work with your hands. It's that kind of life, quietly loving and serving in whatever ways God has enabled us, that reveals to others the beauty of a life of faith. Or, as the writer puts it, true joy is loving and serving. The highest and best, 'tis onwards, unswerving. And that is true rest. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, verses 11 through 13, and chapter 4, verses 9 through 12. Now may our God and Father himself and our Lord Jesus clear the way for us to come to you. May the Lord make your love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else, just as ours does for you. May he strengthen your hearts so that you will be blameless and holy in the presence of our God and Father when our Lord Jesus comes with all his holy ones. And now reading from chapter 4, verses 9 through 12. Now, about your love for one another, we do not need to write to you, for you yourselves have been taught by God to love each other. And in fact, you do love all of God's family in Macedonia. Yet we urge you, brothers and sisters, to do so more and more and to make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. You should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders and so that you will not be dependent on anybody. Let's pray. Loving God, thank you that we don't need to avoid the duties and grinds of daily life to experience your beauty. Help us to know the joy of a quiet life lived with you. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Alicia Reisinger, and today's encouragement was provided by our Daily Bread ministry.
All right, the last day of PT. Okay, it's the last day of PT, so let's get it done. Here we go. Come on, General. Here we go. All the way. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. Every day. We run to the sun. No sweat. No sweat. Mess hall on my knees. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Oh, yeah. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way. Driving on, driving on. All the way, airborne, airborne, driving away, driving on, driving on. Early one morning. In the drizzling rain, well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light, all the way, airborne, airborne, all the way, driving on, driving on. All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way, driving on, driving on. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. And now it's time for PT. Somebody get the first sergeant major out there right now. Tell them we know they're retiring soon, but they ain't going yet. Let's get it. Get the mayor out here too. Tell me he need to run. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh, every day. Name on the dotted line. Name on the dotted line. All I do is double time. Oh yeah. Up the hill. Down the hill. On the hill. Up the hill. Airborne. 130 rolling down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip. Oh yeah. Now hook up, shuffle to the door. And jump right out and count to 4. Oh yeah. If my main don't open wide, I got a reserve by my side. Should fail me too. Look out below, cause I'm coming through. Woo! Let's do it. Hey, all the way. Hey, every day. Hey, all drop zone. Woo! Box me up and send me home. Oh yeah, come on, let's get it done. Pin my wings off on my chest. I tell my girl I done my best. All the way. Hey, every day. Woo! Okay, that's good enough. Woo! I am glad tomorrow's Friday. No PT on Fridays. We take a break with the reserve crew. Anyway, and now let us pay homage to every last one of our members of our armed forces of these United States: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. Also to the Montgomery Police Department, who are civilian soldiers, our fire department, the guys who take care of us when we least expect to have to need them. Good morning to the Sheriff Cunningham of the Sheriff Department and Daryl Albert and the Honorable Stephen Reed. Now, politically, we don't agree on everything, but he's a nice guy. Doesn't come up here enough, but that's okay. We'll talk to him about that too. Anyway, but more importantly, listen to this. More importantly, to all the people who go in when everybody else is coming out, we salute you. It is a great day to be an American. It is a great day to be alive. It is a great day to be on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. So this day should bring about an enthusiasm like no other day. Let's get with it. And good morning, Maxwell and Gunner. After all, this is an Air Force town, and we must pay homage. Home of the C-130, home of the C-123, and it used to be home, I guess, of the C-141 Starlifter, one of my favorite airplanes. And the C-5A. I haven't seen the C-17 out. Anybody seen the C-17 out on Maxwell? I like to see one. I've never seen one. I watch a SEAL team, but I've never seen one in person. So when y'all get one out there, somebody call me, please. And last but not least, their motto is Semper Fidelis. But the Marines had a hard time pronouncing that. So they had to come up with a short one. And they just said Semper Fi. Well, whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. Hoorah! To my jarhead friends. I got to the end of the year to get this honorary Marine thing going on. I don't know. Don't look like it's coming. All righty. Okay, so it's Friday, right? No, it's not Friday. No, that Friday's starting. Today is Thursday. Okay, I'm not trying to, rush it, Lord. I'm not. I just forgot what day it was. Anyway, okay, let's hope that don't happen too much. Be like Biden. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. The clock on the wall says it is 6:32 in the morning, which means that if you got to be there by 7 o'clock, you got 28 minutes by which to arrive. And that's enough time, and if you get there, just sit in the parking lot and listen to the show. I'm pretty sure I'll say something either that'll make you mad, make you glad, or make you think. Either way, I'm good with either one. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm good with either one. All right, anyway, good morning. I'll tell you, there are a lot of things going on. We got Lessons of Life, which is coming on after our first break. We have Word of the Day. I think the Word of the Day is a great word this morning to give you guys a little oomph in your, now you're gonna use this word. Now, once I tell you about this word, you're gonna use it all the time. Because once I found out about this word some 15 years ago, I said, oh, okay. Matter of fact, there was a business whose name was this word. Okay. But however, and it's appropriate. It's an appropriate word too, as a matter of fact. Well, we'll get to that later. How's everybody doing? Is everybody doing okay? I mean, any complaints? I got to tell you, I've been thinking, you know, uh, I'm still trying to, think. Well, I'll tell you about that when I come back. That's all. I'll tell you about that when I come. I have an important decision to make, and you guys are gonna have to help me out with this one, because the one thing you can always do in life, you don't want to wear out your welcome. You know what I mean? You don't want to wear out your welcome. You don't want to do that. Because then people begin not to like you. Although I've never had that. I never had a problem with thinking about people didn't like me. That's been part of my MO since I've been in Montgomery, Alabama. But that's okay. We'll talk about it maybe when I come back, or maybe next month. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Let me take a break. We'll come back with lessons of life and the word of the day. And the word of the day, well, I'll, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it is when I get back. Okay, I'm just saying. I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so we'll be right back. We will. I promise. Checkpoint XP.
Insurance business, and you won't be paying too much. Call the term lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up. That's our specialty. Even great smokers rate. Protect your family today. Call the term lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM. 866-549-TERM. 866-549-TERM.
Are fall projects piling up on your property? You still have to borrow a tractor from your buddies? It's time to get your own John Deere from SunSouth. We'll help you find the right tractor with implements that are as fun to operate as they are powerful. And during our fall sales event, you can take advantage of store-wide savings, including 0% interest on John Deere 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series tractors. So come see us at SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires November 30, 2022.
The Montgomery Symphony Orchestra presents one of the River Region's great holiday traditions, the annual Joint Canal Holiday Pups Concert. Joined by the Montgomery Chorale, the Montgomery Symphony Orchestra performs many of your favorite holiday tunes, including selections from Elf, The Polar Express, Home Alone, and many more. Make plans to bring the entire family for this festive holiday performance and create new memories with your loved ones. The Montgomery Symphony Orchestra presents one of the River Region's great holiday traditions, the annual Joyce Cadell Holiday Pops Concert. Joined by the Montgomery Chorale with performances of your favorite holiday tunes, including selections from Elf, The Polar Express, Home Alone, and many more. Friday, December 16th, 7:30 p.m. at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. And we're offering you another great sweet deal for this year's Holiday Pops Concert at Impact. Starting Friday, November 18th at 8 a.m. Head to this radio station's website to get 2 tickets for the price of 1. Hurry, offers are limited, so act fast.
Offer not valid in all states or prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Wait. Tell me where'd you get that money? Oh, man, all this money came from 43money.com right online. Are you saying you went to 43money.com and got all that money you needed fast? Man, you know it. I went to 43money.com yesterday and bam, $5,000 was in my account today. Straight up. Now hold on. 43money.com helped you get $5,000 like that? Yeah, man, that's right. 43money.com's lenders provide personal loans for up to $5,000 for people like you and me, even if you don't have good credit. Man, I'm always short on cash. Can 43money.com help me get the money I need fast? If you need extra money fast, go to 43money.com. Just have a checking account and a regular source of income. Go to 43money.com and you can get the loan you need now. Regardless of your credit, go to 43money.com to get the money you need fast. Type www.43money.com directly into your address. That's 43money.com. Again, 43money.com. 43money.com.
That's an interesting perspective.
Where you will find a huge selection of stock merchandise at a price you will love.
Table, chairs, bar stools,
Mattresses,
couches and recliners,
bedroom sets,
outdoor furniture,
cozy and massage chairs.
all on sale and in stock for immediate pickup or have it delivered.
Like we've been saying for almost 30 years.
You don't pay to fake money, so don't sell Lakewood. Hey folks, this is Jody.
And cozy from the rustic outlet at American Oakenmore.
Our new warehouse is getting close to completion. This means we have
With your brain. That's kind of cruel. It's dangerous when I start thinking with my brain, huh? That is not nice. That is not nice at all. That's not nice to say that. I'm just saying. My brain's okay.
Additional 25% off.
In stock, ready for immediate pickup or have it delivered.
Managing your online presence takes time, effort, and expertise. It can overwhelm even the savviest business owner. So, meet Cumulus Boost. We're experts at boosting the online presence for businesses of every type. We make sure potential customers can easily find you and really like what they find. Your website, online listings, consumer reviews, and more. Cumulus Boost. Online at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
You know, I was thinking, I have got to get back to New York. I mean, but this time I'll take more than $300. I couldn't even, I could barely eat breakfast with $300. I have got to get back to New York. I want to go up there, and that city is just fascinating, you know. So that was the first time I've ever been. I came through LaGuardia in 1975 from Fort Dix, but I'd never been back before. Some guy tried to get me to buy a $2 watch for $100. So I'm just saying, yeah, and I paid him. Hey, I was only 18. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know nothing about con men and things of that nature. I didn't know that. You know, the guy stuck it to me. Okay? And if I ever see him again, we're going to have a talk. Because I really won't know what he looks like now, because we have a tendency to, the only place you can stay young is in a picture. So anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well, finds you all right. But I got to get back to New York. Okay, I got to get back and go some place I didn't get a chance to go. It's if you haven't been now, okay. But let me give you some advice. After your hotel is paid for, you got. Don't worry about getting a car. They got buses in New York. You can actually, now you don't get away with this every day and all the time, but you can actually get on the bus for free. All you have to say, because that's what I did. All you got to say is, "Can I get what kind of ride is that?" You have to. My friend told me how to get on there, and you can at least get a couple rides free. Say I forgot what they said, but anyway, you can get away with a couple of times. Probably not on the same bus, but if you're broke and you don't have any money, what is that they say? Can I get a comp ride or something like that? Anyway, and the guy would say, okay, but normally you got to pay. But anyway, it's a great place. It really is. Oh, let me tell you. So if you're gonna go to New York and you're gonna have a decent time, not a great time, because we're not rich, we don't have money like the stars in New York, stuff like that. But if you're gonna go, okay, get your hotel paid for, get your place you got to pay for. But after all of that, you need at least $3,000 in your pocket to go there. Okay, I'm just saying to have a great time, you need at least $3,000. So pay for your hotel. So basically, you need to put about $5,000 away for the trip there, to get there, take the cab there, and all that stuff. And then you got to go outside once you get there and haggle with the cab owner. Okay, I got here, right? I get there, and the guy says, I said, well, how do you get to? I didn't know where in the hell I was anyway. I think I was in Manhattan. And the guy, I said, well, how do I get to the Bronx? And the guy, I said, can I get a ride to the Bronx? I don't, wherever my hotel was, I forgot where it was. Anyway, and he says, well, how much you want to pay me? I said, well, just tell me how much. See, I knew what he was doing. He tried to stick the meat to me. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to get me to give him a price, and he was going to see if the price I was willing to pay was more than he normally charged. And if I said, okay, I'll give you $100, then he'll say, okay. But I couldn't find out it wasn't $100 to go there anyway. But anyway, I didn't give him $100 anyway, I gave him $50. But anyway, so you got to haggle with the cab drivers. You just got to do the haggling. And in the summer, and since they got all this COVID stuff going out. Anyway, I'll tell you about my experience later. I really never told anybody about my experience, except how the lady in Charlotte, North Carolina, who was driving a Greyhound bus, couldn't back the bus up. And there was a lady on the bus who is an 18-wheel driver. She drives 18 wheels for whatever that called, 18-wheelers for a living. She dogged this lady. You can't drive the bus? You're a bus driver? You can't back the bus up? The woman said, to hell with this, I quit. And she quit right there in the middle of bagging the bus up, left us in the parking lot. I mean, come on. Only black people do that. She just quit right there. She gave us the finger and said, you know the word she used, y'all. And she just get off the bus. Now, the only good thing about that is that they had just put gas in the bus, or whatever goes in a bus, diesel thing, whatever goes in a bus. So you just put it in there, and guess what? We had some air conditioning on. Because normally when they stick it to you like that, that's the bus that don't have no air. But we had some air conditioning and everything. Okay, I'll tell you about this story some other time. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting story. I'm just telling you, I had a great time in New York. I mean, the little time I was there. But I got to go back. I have got to go back because that place is magical. I mean, it really is. It's kind of crazy too. I mean, while I was there, a guy, no, it was right before I got there. Some guy got on the subway, had a bag of doo-doo. Yeah, human doo-doo. Okay, in a bag. Why he packages it up, I don't know. But he had a bag of it, and he gets on the subway and throws it in a woman's face. Now, he took the whole turn, why don't you eat? He took it to a whole nother level. I mean, he was trying to make her do that. I'm just saying, New York, you can't be scared. Okay, you can't be scared. Because when I got there, I got to tell you, I was a little bit nervous about going there. I thought somebody was going to rob me every time. I thought I was going to get robbed every step I took, and I didn't. But I thought I was. Okay, so I did some of my karate moves, and you got to look mean when you're in New York. I mean, you gotta walk down the street like you've been there for your whole life. You can't be looking at things like you're amazed by it. No, you can't do that, because when they spot you looking at the building like you fascinated with it, they know you knew. Okay, they know you knew. So here's what I did. I got by this to make people think that I was, a New Yorker. I went around the corner on the building, like I was going to take a whiz, right there on the corner of the building. Then they would say, "Oh yeah, okay, he good. He just went whizzed on the building. Now, only a New Yorker would do that. Now, I didn't have the gonads to do the other things that they do. And I'll tell you about my trip another day. Anyway, good morning to you. I gotta tell you. Anyway, but at least have $3,000. Save up $5,000 before you go to New York. Okay, but then you can have a good time. You can afford to get on the bus and travel all around the city and the boroughs and check things out. I didn't get a chance to go there because New York is actually 5 boroughs that make up New York. It really is a fascinating place. And I stopped and said hello to MPD. Okay, they didn't beat me up. Not MPD, NYPD. They didn't throw me on the ground, bend me over. Say okay, like Richard Pryor says, bend over, bend over. Anyway, I ain't gonna go through that. But they didn't do that to me. They were kind of nice. Now I did go to. Okay, I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, don't worry about it. I had an experience in the bus station with a police officer. It was a woman who was trying to act tough. Okay, I started snatching one time, but then y'all have read about me on the news. Black men get shot by police from Alabama. So we just didn't want to go through that. Okay. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. Honestly, I hope this day finds you well, and I hope you feel blessed and realize that it is a great day to be above the ground rather than the ground being above you. Lessons of life today and word of the day. The word of the day is SERENDIPITY. SERENDIPITY. The word is serendipity. And what does it mean? Well, it's an interesting word. It is luck that takes the form of finding valuable or pleasant things that are not looked for. Case in point, you go to a flea market. You look at an old chest, beat up, all messed up, and you take it home with you, and you finally figure out how to get the paint off the drawer, and you find out that when you open the drawer, because nobody ever did it, you'll find $10,000 in it. That is serendipitous, because you did not expect that. You just bought an old chest, and you took it home. You're going to clean it up a little bit and put your clothes in it, and doggone it, it has 10 grand in it. So that is what we call serendipitous. So it is luck that takes the form of finding valuable or pleasant things that are not looked for. Okay, like my son bringing an A home. Actually, my son always brings A's. So, like if I brought an A home when I was in school, that would have been serendipitous. Okay, my thing was I was just trying to keep a good C. All right, then I was trying to be average. I mean, who can complain about average? Okay, I mean, I was trying to be average. Okay, no smarter than anybody else, no dumber than anybody else. I was just trying to be average. But when I brought a home every once in a blue moon, my mother thought it was serendipitous. Okay, so that again, the word of the day is serendipity. Now, here is the lesson of life today, November the 17th. It is the 321st day of the year, and that year, of course, is 2022. So, the lessons of life, these are things we learn only by living. We can hear about it, but we can't learn it until we actually go through it. Kind of like running a mile. You can sit on the sideline, talk about the guy that's running, say he's going too slow, he's going too fast, he ain't fast enough, whatever the case may be. But until you run that same mile, you can't say jack. Okay? Run the mile and then criticize me. But anyway, these are the lessons of life. Today's lesson of life is an interesting one. And I think it's one that we've all had. If we haven't thought about it, we all have at least experienced it in one form or another. But since this is Thursday, it is an appropriate lesson of life. You want to know what it is? Here you go. Living life. That's right. The life you live. Living life without forgiveness. It's like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Let me say that one more time just because you don't get it. living life without forgiveness is like drinking poison and waiting for other people to die. Hey, there's a lesson in there if you get it. It is November the 17th. It is the 321st day of this year. On this day in 1973, President Richard Milhous Nixon told Associated Press managing editor in Orlando, Florida, people have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. In 1558, Elizabeth I acceded to the English throne upon the death of her half-sister, Queen Mary, beginning a 44-year reign. In 1800, Congress held its first session in partially completed U.S. Capitol building. Not that I really care about that, but okay. In 1869, the Suez Canal opened in Egypt. In 1889, the U.S. Pacific Railroad Company began direct daily railroad service between Chicago and Portland, Oregon, as well as Chicago and San Francisco. 1917 was the year. French sculptor Auguste, whatever his last name is, we're going to leave that alone. He died at the age of 77. I think his last name is Moudon. Yeah. Rodin. Okay. But it's spelled R-O-D-I-N. How am I supposed to know how am I supposed to know it's pronounced like a R-O-H-D-A-N? How am I supposed to know that? I'm just saying. 77. 1947, President Harry S. Truman, in an address to the special session of Congress, called for an emergency aid to Austria, Italy, and France. The aid was approved the following month. The year was 1979. Ayatollah Khomeini ordered the release of 13 black and or female American hostages being held at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. That was a scary time for me because I swear I thought we was gonna have to go over there, Yeah, I thought we was gonna have to go over there. I didn't have to go. That's good. Because I'd have went over there. I'd have did my best to stay in the rear of the gear. But I'd have went. 1987, the federal jury in Denver convicted 2 white supremacists of civil rights violation in the 1984 slaying of radio talk show host Alan Berg. Both men later died in prison. The year was 1997. 62 people, most from them were foreign tourists, were killed when militants opened fire at the Temple of Hatshepsut in Luxor, Egypt. The attackers were killed by police. In 2001, the Taliban confirmed the death of Osama bin Laden's military chief, Mohammed Atif, in an airstrike 3 days earlier. In 2003, on this day, Arnold Schwarzenegger was sworn in as the 38th governor of California. Years 2006, former Steinfeld star Michael Richards unleashed a barrage of racial epithets during a stand-up routine at the Laugh Factory in West Hollywood. That sounds like a rapper to me. 14 years ago, the first meeting since the election, Barack Obama and former rival John McCain met at the president's election transition headquarters in Chicago, where they pledged to work together on ways to change Washington's bad habits. Didn't work. St. Louis Cardinals slugger Albert Pujols won his second NL MVP award. And if that's not his last name, he'll get over it. 9 years ago, intense thunderstorms and tornadoes swept across the Midwest, causing extensive damage in several central Illinois communities, killing more than half a dozen people. A Tarzanian Airlines Boeing 737 crashed 450 miles east of Moscow, killing all 50 people on board. Doris Lessing, 94, an independent and open, irascible author, won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2007, died in London. And 5 years ago, Senator Al Franken apologized to the women who had accused him of forcibly kissing her and groping her in the 2006 Olympics. I hear you. I got you. Anyway, so those are some of the things that have happened on this day. Of course, it's only a partial list because nobody can tell you everything that happened on this day. Woo! Because history is everything every man, woman, and child has ever felt, ever seen, or ever done. So nobody knows all of history unless they know all of us. And the only person that knows that so far that I know of is God himself. So he is an accurate keeper of history. We just kind of hang out with it and use the parts we want to that facilitate whatever position we happen to take in life at the moment. Okay, so I mean, it's good. It's good. I mean, you have a right to do that. You can do that. That's good. We can make our own history if we want to. Well, we can take certain parts of history we want to, and we can ignore the rest. But it doesn't go anyplace. Well, it's time for me to, take a break, and we'll come back. And don't forget, our show's been brought to you in part by J.O. Lane Truck and Auto, JOLaneTruckandAuto.com. 272-4313. You need a car? I can't think of a better place to get one. J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. We'll be back.
Now, your WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. The community came together at Selma High School last night for a meeting. This comes 1 week after one student died from an apparent fentanyl overdose. Selma City School Superintendent says that drugs and violence are starting to show up at their schools, and parents
y'all let it.
involved. Alabama hospitals are stressed with both financial and workforce issues, according to Dr. Don Williamson. The president of the Alabama Hospital Association says right now, Alabama's dealing with a lot of challenges, including millions of unreimbursed personnel costs from COVID, issues of Medicaid, and a high uninsured population. Trinity State Community College is opening another truck training site in Montgomery. Representatives with the college say that this gives people the opportunity to have well-paying jobs in our area in the truck driving industry. I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News, and these are your Thursday morning headlines.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. CBS News projects Republicans have solidified control of the House, reaching the 218 seats they need for a slim majority. Correspondent Stacey Lynn says the GOP is making plans.
It is official.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is his party's nominee for Speaker. On Fox News Channel's Hannity, he celebrated.
One-party Democrat rule in Washington is finished. We have fired Nancy Pelosi.
As for the challenges she faces,
we need to work together because we are the only Republican entity that can stop this disastrous Biden agenda.
Current House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is expected to talk about her future plans today. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Get rid of her.
NATO agree the missile that killed two people in Poland was actually fired by Ukraine during a Russian air barrage. Reporters asked President Biden,
"What's your reaction, President Zelensky, saying that the missiles that landed in Poland were not?"
Mr. Biden saying the evidence doesn't support Volodymyr Zelensky's denial. Russian strikes targeted Ukraine's energy facilities again today as the first snow of the season fell in Kyiv. An update on the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. CBS's Christina Ruffini is in Latah County.
Police in Moscow, Idaho walked back previous statements that there's no ongoing danger and responded to criticism over an initial lack of information.
I probably should have been standing here a day or so ago, but I'm here now.
Law enforcement said there were no signs of forced entry and 2 other roommates were home but not harmed in the pre-dawn attack.
Several former SpaceX employees have filed a federal lawsuit claiming they were fired after they helped organize a letter calling on the company to condemn Elon Musk for a tweet, making light of a report SpaceX had settled a sexual harassment claim against its founder. Musk has given Twitter workers a deadline of 5 p.m. Eastern today to commit to long hours at high intensity or resign. Winter weather is blowing in across the upper Midwest and Northeast tomorrow. Meteorologist Mike Bettis at the Weather Channel.
A very big lake effect snow event lasts through Sunday, really targeting areas off of Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. In places like Buffalo, they'll be measuring it in feet.
Jay Leno has undergone surgery for serious burns after one of his vintage cars caught fire. Dr. Peter Grossman at West Hills Hospital near L.A.
The burns were very significant to his face and his hands and his chest. So I don't want to minimize the seriousness of his injuries, but I also want to emphasize that he's doing very well. He's got a very strong attitude. He's a very strong individual.
S&P futures down 33. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need to know what it takes for a home loan to fit your budget and your family? Rocket can.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right, and when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681.
The Los Angeles Auto Show gets underway today, and electric cars are the stars. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert got an early peek.
EVs now make up 15% of sales here in California, triple the national rate. With the state wanting to go all electric by 2035, LA Show Vice President David Fortin says they're glad to oblige.
We're pretty excited about what we think will have to be a proliferation of EVs for many, many years to come.
The LA Auto Show featuring everything from electric luxury cars to a new electric Fiat. Jeff Gilbert, CBS News, Los Angeles.
This year's top pitchers in Major League Baseball, Justin Verlander of the Astros and Sandy Alcantara of the Marlins have captured the Cy Young Award. Verlander won 19 games, helping Houston to its World Series win. Alcantara is Miami's first ever pitcher to claim the prize. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The older your furnace gets, the likelier it is for carbon monoxide to leak into your home. It is of the utmost importance to have your furnace checked annually if it's over 10 years old. Bill Bradley Services technicians are equipped with top-of-the-line CO detectors that will guarantee no carbon monoxide is seeping into your home. They will also check each aspect of your furnace to ensure it's operating at max efficiency, which will save you money down the road. Only $74.95 for guaranteed peace of mind. Number 8449.
Offered valid in all state forms, submitted by law. Most are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Wait. Tell me where'd you get that money? Oh, this money came from 43money.com right online. Are you saying you went to 43money.com and got all that money you needed fast? Man, you know it. I went to 43money.com yesterday and bam, $5,000 was in my account today. Straight up. Now hold on. 43money.com helped you get $5K like that? Yeah, man, that's right. 43money.com's lenders provide personal loans for up to $5,000 for people like you and me, even if you don't have good credit. Man, I'm always short on cash. Can 43money.com help me get the money I need fast? If you need extra money fast, go to 43money.com. Just have a checking account and a regular source of income. Go to 43money.com and you can get the loan you need now. Regardless of your credit, go to 43money.com to get the money you need fast. Type www.43money.com directly into your address bar. That's 43money.com. Again, 43money.com. 43money.com.
Are fall projects piling up on your property? You still have to borrow a tractor from your buddies. It's time to get your own John Deere from SunSouth. We'll help you find the right tractor with implements that are as fun to operate as they are powerful. And during our fall sales event, you can take advantage of store-wide savings, including 0% interest on John Deere 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series tractors. So come see us at SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Every Sunday. See, know that only you're getting so much pain. Why don't you just turn around? Just stay home.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't know where Spencer Lewis is, but he may have forgotten. So maybe I'll take the no, I can't do that. No, I can play like I'm a lot of things on the radio: police, school superintendent, mayor. Well, I am the mayor of the airways, but I can't put myself in the preaching seat. Okay, I can't do that. So who knows? Maybe he may show up, maybe not. I don't know, but he may have forgotten. You know, these months go by quick sometimes. You know, they just go by, and next thing you know, it's another month gone. Anyway, good morning to all of you. Good morning, and good morning again. The numbers here are 860-1440. But if he doesn't come, then I'm confused, which is nothing new because I'm confused an awful lot sometimes. Before I get to any substantive, I'm confused. Now, I'm confused a little bit because when the state must be trying to get one over on us. Okay, they must be trying to get one over on us because when the state puts out information about about schools, without even talking to our local board of education, I'm going to ask myself, what's up with that? Okay, what's up with that? When they put out information that should go our board, and I'm dogging my board because I mean normally, and we call these things chain of command. Normally, the superior would talk to the subordinate, before anything goes out in the public. But that's not the case with the Alabama Department of Education. That is not the case. So I'm asking myself, so what is up here? So we get mad at our local folks, like I did. I got a child in these schools, and they use these words called failing. But failing doesn't necessarily mean failing. But to me, my ear only hears one word, and that's failing. But what they do not tell us, and that I have found out since then, that we may not should listen to the state board of education when it comes to our schools. Okay, we may I'm almost beginning to believe, and we got people to represent me. I mean, I realize she's Chestnut. I realize she's got a couple counties she's have to look at, and that's fine. But it would seem like to me, if you have more schools, quote unquote, that fail than any other county, that you'd be on the airways of Montgomery explaining to us the metrics of that. Okay, you would explain to us how is that possible under your leadership. I mean, you explain that. But anyway, failing does not necessarily mean the education, the educrats terminologies are as just as ambiguous as legal terminology. We don't know what the hell you're saying. We know what we heard, but is that what you meant to say? And then like Laurie say, it depends on what is. Okay, I'm just telling you that this is so convoluted. I mean, we had a whole lot of people in this city upset the other day when you come out in the news, when the state of Alabama comes out in the newspaper and says 14 schools are on the failing list. Well, what they forgot to tell us, what the hell does that mean? And later on, in the last few days, I found out what it means. It doesn't mean what you think it means, at least not according to them. I'll get to that in a second here. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. Yes. I keep telling. Don't ask me how I'm doing. I'm here. I'm good. If you hear me talking, I'm doing good. I'm everybody. I mean, if I'm here, I'm doing good. Yeah. Yes. And yeah, that's me. I don't hear a thing. Ed, I don't have time to go back and some day, some arbitrary day. I don't remember that. No. All righty. Okay. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Good morning. Yes. Good morning.
I'm going to make a move. There've been too many killings in the Alabama prison system. These mothers.
That's on my list. That's on my list. It's a shame and a disgrace. All the people, 35 people were killed lately in one place. One place. Something is wrong with this.
Yeah, and a guy called me last night. He said, and I'm gonna call the prison. And he said, all the guards are left. Like nobody here now. Well, I can understand it if they standing there letting people, inmates, and they ordering people to be killed. See, we told people that these mothers and things called me, and I'm gonna put a list together, and we gotta go talk to that. Whoever took Charlie Gardick's place, can't think of his name right now. I'm thinking about that. Then also, have no worry about school stuff. Every time I hear you talk about that, that's why I don't contribute anything that. It's been 50 years ago. John Knight and we used to be at the MDC meeting, and they talked about it there. That's all they talked about. All these people, that's all they talk about. And since Ella Bell, the pastor, bless her soul, and people, nobody else want to talk about it. Those state board members is not going to talk about it. So you're just wasting your time. Talk about that your party that won the house. And they said what they gonna do, they gonna bring try to impeach President Biden and gonna go after his son and all these other things and talk about that. And the thing they gonna try to do, try to take Social Security and insurance, go ahead and Obama. Let's talk about those things. Those are some of the things we can do something about.
No, no, no. There's nothing we can do about it. And they're not trying to take Social Security. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. What? Hmm. Yeah. I don't know, Reverend Singer, but yeah. But those are the people. Those are the people that are in charge that can do something. Well, not now, but he was down there for a long time. They didn't try hard enough. Yeah. 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 All right. I don't have the name of them. There's some in the paper this morning. The last guy was the last guy who was killed the other day was 32-year-old. I got his name here. Let's see. His name was. Let me put that over there. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Donaldson. His name was Kenneth Earl Ray II. He was 32 years old. So, matter of fact, they said so. Yeah. So far, wait a minute. So far, 35 people have died at Donaldson. That's just one place. Okay. According to the Montgomery Advertiser. Yeah. According to Montgomery Advertiser, 35 men have died at Donaldson, surpassing the 2021 tally of 26. We're losing more people at prison than we're losing in the military. I got it off of my I don't know which page it's on, but I got it off my electric thing, the internet thing. Yeah, well, I got it. Yeah, I got to print it off. Hey, appreciate it. 860-1440-721 in the morning. Take one more call and take my first break. Spencer Lewis, I don't know where he is, but he probably forgot today was the third Thursday. Good morning. Good morning. He did say that, but I tell you, my issue is that what metrics, what are they? Here's what I found out the other day. When they say fail, do you know you can get a failing grade on your school if you have a certain amount of people who don't show up for school? So why are we failing the school because some kids and their parents can't get together with them coming to school? Why in the world should I label a school a failure because of that? Oh, that's what they mean. Okay. Yeah, yeah, right. But we know why. I mean, we know why. One of the reasons is because there's a lack of implementation of discipline and and a higher standard that needs to be in our schools. But it's my understanding, after talking to a few people in that business the last few days, according to some of them, the federal government won't let us do certain things. Now, I just asked people, show me the law that says you have to put up with kids that are incorrigible. But I did find something out the other day. Did you know, according to this particular member of the board, if we wanted an all boys school or an all girls school, we could actually have it? Yeah. And do you know how much better our school system would be if you could separate the boys and the girls, because they're not trying to put on show. I mean, but they won't do it because of political correctness, I guess, and they don't want to be called discriminatory. But so evidently there are things we can do that I've been whining about for years that we just won't do. So I don't know. I think I'll do that next time. Yeah, I think I'll get on that. Because I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'll run for the school. But now I can't run against Lisa because she thinks the way I think. So I can't run against her. But I may need to move another part of town and move in somebody, because somebody needs to do something. But anyway, so the word failure in our schools don't necessarily mean that the school is failing. Seriously. So you're going to fail a school. You're going to put it on this great big list for the world to see if parents can't seem to get their child to school. That's not the school's fault. Their responsibility don't start until the child gets there. Okay, I'm not going to put that on them, but there are other matrix things. I'll tell you some other things that are notated in this whole failure thing. Okay, I'm just telling you. And if you have to put kids that are mentally impeded, you can't say retarded, but that's what they are. If you can't put kids that are slow, mentally slow, if you have to put them in with the rest of the kids, you automatically going to affect the score of their kids. Everybody else. I don't know why we cannot have a school where kids go that are a little bit slower than other kids. Okay. So I would have been there. Listen, but I wouldn't have known I was there because I was slow. So I would have been there. Not a problem. So why can't we do that? I know some other things too that I'm not at liberty to say because I was sworn to that I wouldn't divulge. But the things that go on, the things that the school system, especially the state, uses is insulting to the teachers and to the, because when I hear the word fail, I'm thinking teachers are not doing their job. That's what I'm thinking. You're not teaching them to read. You're not teaching them to write. You're not teaching them to do arithmetic. Well, that's not true. That's not necessarily true. Okay? So I need somebody from the Board of Education, from the state, to come on these airways and tell me what the hell does fail mean? I mean, what does that mean? You know? And just to give you, to make my point, my son has his favorite pair of tennis shoes, right? The red shoes, the nice shoes. Well, they ain't so nice anymore because they're all raggedy. Now I said, son, why don't you put on your new shoes? You know, he said, because this is what I feel like at that school, like a raggedy pair of tennis shoes. He said they don't deserve my good shoes. And I'm saying to myself, wow. I mean, that's what he told me. 16. I mean, that's what he tells me. I said, well, that's terrible. Because I know that when I went to John Adams High, I was absolutely proud of my high school. You know, but when your son tells you, this is how I feel about that school. So I'm what's going on? Okay. But the word failure doesn't necessarily mean that the school is academically failing. They may be failing on some of the aspects, accountability, but it doesn't necessarily mean academically. And that's when I hear the word failure, I'm thinking they're failing academically. Well, that's not necessarily so, but they still get the title because of the Accountability Act. Dick, where you at? because they still get they still get ringing with the failure title if they miss a certain category. One category is student participation and stuff like that. Anyway, we'll be back after this, and if I'm crazy about this, y'all can call me and let me know. But I don't understand how we can take a whole school, because some people won't come to school, and call them failing. The school's job does not start until the child hits the campus. We'll be back.
First alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Mattress Firm. Shop the Black Friday sale for the gift of better sleep. You'll get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700 on select mattresses from top brands. Plus, they'll add a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase. Shop in stores or at mattressfirm.com.
A very cold start this morning in the low and mid 30s with frost out there in many communities, so you may want to give yourself a few extra minutes this morning. Temperatures today, they do warm up, it's just not much, up to about 50, 51 with a good deal of sunshine today. Plenty of sun on Friday. Temperatures start in the morning in the upper 20s, warm into the afternoon into the mid 50s. More clouds for Saturday and a slight chance of a shower, especially in South Alabama. Highs stay in the 50s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Troy Highway and Cherry Hill Road. We've got a bad accident there with injuries, so please use caution. Avoid that rush for the authorities and medical personnel heading to the location. Right there at Bell Road, Cherry Hill's on the outbound lane. Outside of that, we're looking good. Checking out your traffic flow apps. No big backups or slowdowns on the interstate. That's always good news. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Well, the 2022 homes have got to go, and the blowout savings are tremendous at Jayco Homes. See Lahoma, Bruce, or Richard at Jayco Homes in Alex City. Visit them on the web at jaycoalexcity.com. Buckle up, it's the law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guarantee. 239-9510.
With Kevin Elkins in the morning, Dan Bongino for the midday, and Sean Hannity for your afternoon. It's News Radio 1440 all day. Depend on it.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Half of Alabama residents use a septic tank. Are you one of them? Septic tanks are used where municipal sewers are not available, and maintenance is important. Failing septic tank systems can endanger your family, pollute the environment, and be expensive to repair. So know the warning signs: wet spots in your yard, slow draining toilets or drains, gurgling sounds in drains, and sewage odors. You can prevent your system from failing by having your tank pumped every 3 to 5 years. Keep a separate container for grease and dispose of it properly. Use detergents low in phosphate and spread laundry loads over several days as to not overload the system with too much water. You need a permit before installing a new system or before repairing an existing one. Your local health department has a copy of the septic tank system permit that indicates the location of your system and the size of the tank.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov. Gov.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Falusi with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Did you know that tooth decay is an infection? Luckily, cavities are largely preventable. The bacteria that cause cavities pass from parents to children, so good oral health is a family affair. Take care of baby teeth as soon as they emerge by brushing them with a smear of toothpaste with fluoride. Talk with your pediatrician about your baby's oral health and take them to the dentist by age 1. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
See miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your children's miracle network.
Support your children.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay. It is 7:34 on this Thursday morning. Tomorrow's Friday already. Can you believe it's Thanksgiving next week? Oh, and next week now starts our Helping Hand campaign all over again. It's the last time we're going to do it. So our goal is 20 grand. Probably won't make it, but I'll try. And I'll tell you a little bit more about Helping Hands if you don't know what we do every year. I'll tell you. Let's go to the phone. Somebody been waiting for everything. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Good morning. This is he. I don't have a problem with people. I don't have a problem with people saying good morning. Stop asking me how I'm doing every morning. That's what I said. Good morning is a common greeting. He gets on my nerve. Well, it's my show. I can talk to who I want to talk to. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And therein lies the problem. Every morning. And I don't have a problem with good morning. I just get tired of saying listen, is that what you call? Is that all you call me for? Now if you start saying that, I'm just gonna hang up on you. So nobody's ever gonna hear it. Even if it may be true, nobody's gonna hear it. Good morning. Yes. This yes. 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 Right. hmm Right. Okay. Me too. Me too. I want to be at home. Okay. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay then.
everybody. I got the runaround from the assistant principal saying, you don't understand what you're talking about. And I got it from the principal. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't understand what I'm talking about. Your school's getting up to $5,000 for my student or my child to be in your school. So I don't understand that school's a business, that the product you put out is the student, but you're going to hold them back because they failed one class. I'm like, I don't understand this. And I don't understand the lack of funding. All this money that's being put into the school system, where's it going? It's like it's being wasted.
Well, my brother, and I hear you. Listen, there are education policies that even I, with my limited scope of the reality of education, even they boggle my mind. And my mind, yeah, it's an average mind, I guess, a little bit above average. Listening to some of my callers, I'm a little bit above average on some of them. But I don't understand, like failing again. Some of them are failed if they have people that are truant. They fail. They consider it a failing school. But you're not responsible for kids who don't show up. So why can you? Even local parentis says when they come to school and they're on your campus. So we are failing school, and there are 79 schools, as a matter of fact, and 31 districts that have failed this on the failing list, right? 79. But again, I'm just trying to figure out. Well, if you're going to fail my kid at school for people not showing up, then I don't get that. I don't understand. Because when you hear the word failing and I hear the word failing, that means somebody didn't do their due diligence to do their job. But that's not what it means all the time. Okay, wait, hold, wait, hold it. You're from California? And you got like your guy, you got like a couple of kids? I mean, you did that? Okay. 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 Listen, California ain't all bad. Right on, brother. Okay, outstanding. Outstanding. Okay. No, I'm congratulating you for this. You didn't think you were a woman or anything like that. We good. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You please stay here in Alabama. Don't ever go back there. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Oh, okay. I know. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. But it's all fun to me. I mean, listen, I'm glad they listen. Whether they like me or not, that's good. I don't really care. I mean, listen, truth is something that is vanishing in the conversation place of America. We have to be political. I'm never going to be politically correct. I'm never going to say a guy's a girl, that a girl's a guy. Never. Even if they fire me, I'm not going to say that. You're not going to insult. Here's the thing about it. They sent us all to school. We paid lots of money for that education. And now you're telling me that all the education you taught me, everything you told me was a lie? I'm not buying it. Yeah, a girl's a girl and a guy's a guy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if I had the patience to do it, I would have done it with Z. I just don't have it. I be want every time he gets a wrong question, I want to smack him. So I cannot. And then sooner or later, he's bigger than I am. He's gonna be the one to smack me back. So we're just gonna leave that alone and let him go to regular school. All right. Hey, appreciate it, man. I got to take my break. We'll be back right after this. We'll be back.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com. Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster. Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows, and I guarantee they'll fit. Don't hire a pro, do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com. A very cold start this morning in the low and mid 30s with frost out there in many communities, so you may want to give yourself a few extra minutes this morning. Temperatures today, they do warm up. It's just not much, up to about 50, 51 with a good deal of sunshine today. Plenty of sun on Friday. Temperatures start in the morning in the upper 20s, warm into the afternoon into the mid 50s. More clouds for Saturday and a slight chance of a shower, especially in South Alabama. Highs stay in the 50s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident on Troy Highway. Raceway. Troy Highway southbound. Please use caution there. Also an accident on the ramp from Taylor Road to 85 southbound. There's an accident there, so be careful. Simultaneous transport, like a death situation. Hayes Ambulance, there you go on the ground in the air. Hayes Ambulance, ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed. 239-9510.
The Montgomery Symphony Orchestra presents one of the River Region's great holiday traditions, the annual Joy Canal Holiday Pops Concert. Joined by the Montgomery Chorale, the Montgomery Symphony Orchestra performs many of your favorite holiday tunes, including selections from Elf, The Polar Express, Home Alone, and many more. Make plans to bring the entire family for this festive holiday performance and create new memories with your loved ones. The Montgomery Symphony Orchestra presents one of the River Region's great holiday traditions, the annual Joyce Canal Holiday Pops Concert, joined by the Montgomery Chorale with performances of your favorite holiday tunes, including selections from Elf, The Polar Express, Home Alone, and many more. Friday, December 16th, 7:30 p.m. at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. And we're offering you another great sweet deal for this year's Holiday Pops Concert at Impact, starting Friday, November 18th at 8 a.m. Head to this radio station's website to get 2 tickets for the price of 1. Hurry, offers are limited, so act fast.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Pioneer and Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations to commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing enough turning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Wait. Tell me where'd you get that money? This money came from 43money.com right online. Are you saying you went to 43money.com and got all that money you needed fast? Man, you know it. I went to 43money.com yesterday and bam, $5 grand was in my account today. Straight up.
Now hold on. 43money.com helped you get 5K like that?
Yeah, man, that's right. 43money.com's lenders provide personal loans for up to $5,000 for people like you and me, even if you don't have good credit.
Man, I'm always short on cash. Can 43money.com help me get the money I need fast?
If you need extra money fast, go to 43money.com. Just have a checking account and a regular source of income. Go to 43money.com and you can get the loan you need now. Regardless of your credit, go to 43money.com to get the money you need fast. Type www.43money.com directly into your address bar. That's 43money.com. Again, 43money.com. 43money.com.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way. Hi, my name is Adam Barra. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of Trust Link Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
All right, man. Forget it. You know, they got some failing schools up in some of them highfalutin neighborhoods in Alabama that I read the whole list, about 80 of them, 80 schools. So it's not just Montgomery, but again, I like somebody from the state to come on. And I made a call to Michael Sibley the other day. I just want somebody to explain to me what failure means. If truancy makes you fail, then how in the world can you blame the school? I mean, seriously, how can you blame the school? And I got enough criticism from Montgomery Public School to last for everybody. But how in the world can you blame the school if parents don't make sure their kids come to school? Or the child. Now, I'll tell you something else that's a problem in Montgomery Public Schools. We got overage kids in grades they ought not be in. Okay? First of all, those are kids who don't want to be there. Those kids don't want to be there. I mean, how the hell are you going to be 21 and be in the 9th grade? 19, 18 in the 9th grade. I mean, 17. I mean, really, that just brings the whole thing down. If you can't get it in 12, they need to put your ass in night school. Okay, that's where you ought to be. You ought not be disruptive force in the regular public school system. Okay, if you're not graduated, at least by the time you're 19, you need to go to night school. Okay, you don't need, a grown person does not need to be in public schools. Okay, you just don't need to be there. But then again, that's not my call. Good morning. Good morning, First Sergeant. That's Jay Hood. That's a Jennifer Hudson. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we don't want to eat there. Right. 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 Yeah, yeah, that program, that matter of fact, that's the program that the former preacher over at Southside uh, is head of now. Yeah, Tim Anderson, I think. Right, right, yeah, right, right. And I think it's the state because I heard the other day that the county board didn't know anything about all of these schools until they read it in the paper. I mean, what kind of communication is that? Right. And I just that's crazy. I mean that's condemning a whole school to a public opinion that may be totally incorrect. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Totally. I appreciate it, Tom. Again, I'll try again to find out the matrix of this thing because when if my child wasn't in the public school system, I probably wouldn't think about this. I wouldn't care much about it. It'd just be news going in one ear and out the other ear, and I'll say, "Hey, sorry about that." But since I am personally involved in the public school system, and listen, I would imagine if I tried really hard, I could get him out of there. And and I've been thinking about doing that. Um, but who looks out after the other kids? I mean, who does? We've already had an exodus from our public school system to magnet schools, charter schools, private schools. So we've already had an exodus. So you're telling me that the only people that are left are those people who can't go anyplace else. And again, and I wish somebody in God's green earth would tell me why is it that the responsibility of my child, my neighbor's child, the responsibility of the school on the failing list it's my responsibility that now I've got to take my kids someplace else. I'm barely getting around now. My car comes and goes. Now it's going to cost me more money to drive them someplace else to get them in school, especially if there's no bus. If I live way on the other side of town, why that responsibility falls on me? That responsibility should fall on the school system. If you tell me my child can go to whatever school, then we need a van around town that picks those kids up and allow them to go to another school. Don't put we're already paying tax after tax after tax and more tax on our houses now for your school. So schools don't fail. People fail the schools. Okay, I'm just saying. And now, I'm not even sure that's what it is. We'll be back.
A 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. The community came together at Selma High School last night for a meeting. This comes 1 week after one student died from apparent fentanyl overdose. Selma City Schools superintendent says that drugs Medicaid and a high uninsured population. Durham State Community College is opening another truck training site in Montgomery. Representatives at District College say that this gives people the opportunity to have well-known jobs in our area in the truck driving industry. I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. These are your Thursday morning.
WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. CBS News now projects Republicans have secured the 218 seats they need to claim a slim majority in the House. Today, the outgoing Democratic leader is expected to reveal what's next for her. Correspondent Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi has not said whether she will remain in leadership, but her office posted that the speaker plans to address her future plans today. The speaker has said that that home invasion attack on her husband will affect her decision.
Officials in Jackson, Mississippi are scheduled to vote today on a proposed agreement with the federal government to fix the city's long-troubled water system. Here's CBS's Jim Krasula.
Michael Regan heads up the Environmental Protection Agency.
Once that agreement is signed by the mayor, the Justice Department would then file a case in federal court in Jackson and ask that that court approve the proposed path forward.
The predominantly black city of 180,000 was without water for a week in August, the latest disruption of service in recent years.
Police in Moscow, Idaho say they're still looking for a suspect in the weekend murders of 4 university students in a rental house near campus. Police Chief James Fry.
No weapon has been located at this time. There was no sign of forced entry into the residence.
He says the attack appears to be targeted, but community members need to be vigilant still. The chief says 2 other people were found unhurt inside the home. Russia launched airstrikes on more Ukrainian energy plants today as the first snowfall of the season blanketed Kyiv. Correspondent Cammie McCormick reports.
The European Union says it will provide cold weather shelters, generators, and electricity grid repair kits. It says Russia's destruction of critical infrastructure in Ukraine has made support over the winter even more crucial. European countries have also been asked to prepare for more refugees. In addition, countries like Canada are sending Ukrainian troops cold weather gear.
The new CEO of the bankrupt crypto trading firm FTX says he's never seen such a complete failure of corporate control. John Ray also oversaw Enron's bankruptcy. A class action lawsuit alleges FTX founder and celebrity pitch people, including Tom Brady and Larry David, misled customers and cost them billions in damages. Drive a pickup? I'm Ram now.
Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand and new vehicle quality.
Stellantis is recalling nearly 250,000 late-model heavy-duty Ram diesel trucks in the U.S. The problem? Transmission leaks that can spark engine fires. The company says it's aware of 1 minor injury after 16 reports of fires. Dow futures off 383. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Let's see, something costs less, but people are happier with it. That sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
The Postal Service says it's ready for the holiday rush.
USPS Inspector General Tammy Hull says while the Postal Service plans to hire less temporary employees for the holiday season, they're good to go.
It will still be able to provide timely delivery because it has more experienced employees, higher employee availability, and an overall more stable workforce.
20,000 temporary employees are being brought on board for the holidays. Plus, it's converting 10,000 more part-time workers to help with the load.
They also do not expect an increase in volume compared to last year.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
What we name our dogs may say a lot about our politics. Rover.com's new list of most popular pooch names shows the number of pet parents who chose Warren was up 35% in 2022. Donald increased by 26% for the music-minded. Beaver is trending up 185%. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Hey folks, this is Jody.
Hey Toby from the Rustic Outlet at American Ashkenmore.
Our new warehouse is getting closer to being ready. This means we have inventory that has to go.
We would rather discount it and sell it than move it.
Many items have an additional 25% off already low outlet prices.
Tables, chairs, benches,
Bar stools,
consoles,
bedroom suites,
occasional tables,
TV consoles,
armoires,
jewelry shelves.
Additional 25% off.
In stock, ready for immediate pickup or have it delivered.
Good morning, Alabama. How'd you sleep last night?
You can buy mattresses anywhere, but at Wolf Boys Bedding, we want to make sure you get a great night's sleep.
We'll take the time to show you how a mattress is made, what supports you, and gives you comfort.
Then let you make the decision on what's best for you.
Whether you need an inexpensive mattress or a great night's sleep, we have you covered.
Shop Thanksgiving selling up to $400 off on Heritage Sleep's homegrown collection.
Don't count, see, get a great night's sleep.
Wolf Boys Bedding next to American Employer.
Offer not valid in all paperwork submitted by law. Most are subject to the rules. Website for details.
Wait. Tell me where'd you get that money?
Oh, man. All this money came from 43money.com right online.
Are you saying you went to 43money.com and got all that money you needed fast?
Man, you know it. I went to 43money.com yesterday and bam, $5,000 was in my account today. Straight up.
Now hold on. 43money.com helped you get $5K like that?
Yeah, man, that's
If
right.
they got you a desk down there, any office with me, would you be here at the station longer, more often?
Yeah.
Or we can't have that. We can have that.
Okay. All right. You got me. Okay. See, I feel like I'm more part of the team if I got a desk in the office.
www.43money.com directly into your address book. That's 43money.com. Again, 43money.com. 43money.com.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 800-730-8405 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check. As easy as, that's 800-730-8405.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fee. There's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this means tax local radio stations simply to play the music you love. Text local to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay. All right. I got this. It's a Thursday morning. Normally we have a pastor, but okay, turn that down. Turn that down. But Spencer Lewis forgot about it. Pastor Spencer, he at least I hope he just forgot. I hope he's not ill or anything like that. So anybody know him out there, please tell him we miss him. But I realize sometimes these months go by quick, and sometimes but this is the third one. I say this for him, but he might be tired of me though. I'm not sure. I just asked a question. Somebody got in my case the other day. You asked too many questions. I said, wait a minute. Let me get this right. You think with all the things that God knows that he really gets perturbed about me asking a question? Seriously? Okay. You don't think very much of God, do you? Because I think I'm probably, to God, I am like the ant that's in the West Coast climbing up a mountainside in Mount St. Helens. Insignificant. Okay. It's probably worse than that. Okay. So I don't think God cares anything about any questions that I got. 860-1440 is the number. You want to give us a call, love, talk to whatever on your mind. Whatever on your mind, that's fine. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Well, that's true. I don't know. I don't think that the labor is all that cheap anymore. I think these folks making good money. The problem we seem to have is that we place so much emphasis in our high schools on people passing the ACT, getting ready for college, until we make people think sometimes if they don't want to go to college or they can't get a high enough score, then they don't have any skills. I think that's a byproduct of this go to college thing. And if you don't go to college, then you're a failure of sorts. I think we're just not doing. Now, I talked to some school board members the other day, and evidently they are going to try to push. I think what they're going to call success. I believe in the future, what we're going to call success or some semblance of success in school. Either you are prepared to go to school or you are prepared to enter the workforce through a program that the school provides, to give you those vocational skills. I think that's where we're going. We got to stop this thing. If you don't go to Harvard, if you don't go to AU, you don't go to Alabama, you don't go to Troy, then your life is over. That's just not true. I've made more money in my life than anybody in my family's ever made, because most of them just went around. They work. I took up computers when I got out of the Army. And listen, I made it. I put it this way: I never wanted anything since I learned about these doggone computers and things of that nature. So we gotta stop telling people you don't go to college, you're a failure. That just. Yeah. Well, and that is an albatross that we purposely and willingly put on the necks of our kids in school. If you don't go to college, my Lord, what you gonna do? Build houses? Put shingles on the roof? Yeah, they pay pretty good to do that kind of thing. So I don't know. And plumbing, hey, that's a good job too, because I don't want to do it. All right, appreciate it. 860-1440 is the number. 8:13 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. Oh, I don't know that. And that's one of the things we don't, and that's one of the things we don't know. We don't, I try, well, I haven't called over to look for test scores because, well, but again, what does the word fail mean? That's not true. That's not the only reason. That's not the only way. Well, I'm telling you, yesterday, a school board member told me. Wait a minute. A school board member told me that there are many things that can fail a school. Truancy. Uh, uh, um, uh, but it's still part of. So, but you can fail one category, and they call you a failing school. Yeah. Right. Well, somebody's got to sacrifice something to change the atmosphere. So, okay, but let me ask, okay, so are you telling me, and again, I do not know, you've been a teacher and I haven't, well, okay, I've taught some privates, but you telling me that if in fact I have a college degree that allows me to teach in our school systems across America, that degree is not any good except for teaching? So you don't have to teach. Right, right. But you don't have to teach. But if you're telling me that, oh, oh, so it's the comforts of the short, the vacation time that matters. Yeah. Well, and so teachers, right? So teachers cannot articulate the environment in school that was unsustainable, and it gave you a mental issue. She's also teaching again. Uh, so what if everybody at the beginning of the year said we're not going to go to work until you fixed it? Yeah. But that's because of the environment. Right, but that's because of the environment that are not just in Montgomery, are around America. Yeah. So you're telling me, so okay, so you tell me of all the jobs in America, out of all the educated people, only the teachers who have a teaching certificate can't get a job anyplace else except teaching. So basically, you're telling me that the teaching certificate is only good. The education they got in teaching is, although they took the basic fundamental courses, they can only, once you get a teaching certificate, your life is ruined. Yeah, yeah. Well, then I'm disappointed that all the money that y'all pay for school and college, that the only job you can get in teaching, and once that job is over, it's just J.C. Penney and saying how you like those fries. Mm-hmm. Right. So, okay. I guess we like the comfort of the 3 months off, 2.5 months off. Mm. And why is it that the public school can't have the same atmosphere? I can't. I can't seem to get the answer. I've been asking. I can't seem to get the answer. So special ed means any child that has been designated special ed. Yeah. Cartersville, Georgia. Okay. Okay. All righty then. Well, I guess that's the way it goes. Anyway, gotta take a break. It is 8:20 in the morning. Don't forget our sponsor, JL Lane Truck and Auto, jllanetruckandauto.com. You can call them 272-4313. Again, online inventory. Go to jllanetruckandauto.com. You can buy there, you can pay there, and all the cars have been cleaned and cleared of all known issues and have passed a rigorous as well as vigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride, you can send your mother over there, your sister over there, your wife over there, your kids over there. Get a car. Trust me, I put my reputation on the line for that. These are good folks and great cars. Okay. 208 Gun Road, 272-4313. I only put my personal reputation on the line for businesses that I actually do business with. I don't do it because they wave a check in my face. But if I've done business with them and I know them, I'll give them my endorsement. And I give wholeheartedly JL Lane Truck and Auto my endorsement. Okay. Go over to do business with them. And if you don't, again, you can buy there, you can pay there. And if they don't have what you want, okay, you can ask Steve, see if we can get it for you. The number is 272-4313, 272-4313, 272-4313. Go to jllanetruckandauto.com. Look at the inventory right now while you're over there faking like you're working for the state. We'll be back.
Your Motors is better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Mattress Firm. Shop the Black Friday sale for the gift of better sleep. You'll get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700 on select mattresses from top brands. Plus, they'll add a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase. Shop in stores or at mattressfirm.com.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got a couple of things going on. Watch for disabled vehicle blocking traffic, Madison Avenue at Ripley's. Also 85 southbound at Ann Street. We've got an 18-wheeler and a pickup truck off to the right side of the road. All lanes are open, be advised. 3100 block of Taylor Road there near Vaughn. We've got an accident reported there as well. And we've still got trouble on Troy Highway southbound. A bad accident involving injury at Bell Road. Traffic now backed up to the East Boulevard. Fall is here at Premier Place, and after shopping, you can eat at Poblano's, King Buffet, or Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt. It's all at Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
How many miles have you driven past your scheduled auto service checkup? A few hundred or a few thousand? Call Chico's Auto Pros today to schedule a quick service at our Atlanta Highway location.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You know, we got a country that's more interested in talking about the Green New Deal and not paying attention to threats of nuclear war in our lifetime. And how does that make any sense? It's going to be very interesting to watch these 2 years, because Joe's answer to the main question of what would you do differently is nothing. If you're going to do nothing differently, then you're going to expect the same results. So doing nothing, does that help our economy? Doing nothing, does that increase the production of energy in this country? Does doing nothing secure our borders? Does doing nothing make our cities and towns safer? Does doing nothing, change our failing school system?
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need, 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE. 866-89-BIBLE.
Join Hala Taha for actionable advice from the brightest minds in the world on the Young and Profiting Podcast. Author and academic Arthur Brooks on what success isn't.
The husband was confessing to his wife that he might as well be dead. And I'm thinking, whoa, what's wrong with this guy? I turn around to get a look, and it turns out to be one of the most famous men in the world. The world tells you that if you are profiting, money, power, pleasure, fame, you're going to be happy. And that's a bogus formula.
The Young and Profiting Podcast, wherever you listen.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-885-8811. That's 1-800-885-8811. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-885-8811.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay. All right, then. I got a question. Now, I know we live in a different time and standards of dress and everything has pretty much changed except for me. I wear the same thing all the time. I don't care. I wear different color socks. I don't care if the socks match or not. I think you get a certain age and you don't worry about whether or not the socks are the same color, whether or not you got the matching sock onto the other side. I don't even care if my shoes match as long as they're on the right foot. Okay, I'm good. So I will wear two different types of shoes. I mean, listen, you get a certain age, you realize the things, you realize what's important and what isn't. So I don't really care about certain things anymore. I don't care. I just don't. Except the beard. I'm thinking I'm trying to grow my beard back and see if I can look better in this. I'm checking it out again. I do it every winter, then I turn it off in the summertime. Cut it off in the summertime. But here's my question. Now, ladies, I understand, there are certain things that are fashionable. I got that part, like the tramp stamp. I got you, I mean, nobody can see unless you got your pants down. I realize that, but, or else you bend way over and show it to everybody. I'm with you. We don't mind looking at the tramp stamp, but I don't know why you want to get one. But moving right along. But here's one that just absolutely mortifies me. You seen these women who put earrings in their nose? One side coming out of one nostril and the other side coming out of the other nostril, kind of like they're a horse or something, or a slave. Because see, that's what they used to have their slaves. Slaves wore that to let people know that they belong to which family they belong to. So I'm just trying to figure out who thought that's a good idea, to go looking for a job with a ring in your nose that comes out of both sides. Really, who thought that was a great idea? And then what really disturbs me is what made anybody think that it looks good. I mean, seriously, what makes you think I want to hire you looking like a horse in my front office with a big ass earring coming out your nose? I don't know who's responsible for these traits. I mean, who like the pants thing? So you're gonna go to the store, buy some pants that are already tore up, and not only that, you're gonna pay more for the pants that are tore up than the ones that got more fabric in them. I don't get it, but only in America can they charge you more and give you less. Only in America. Okay, maybe in Britain, maybe over there too. I'm just wondering. But the earring thing coming through your nose like a horse, you look like a damn horse. Okay, and all somebody got to do is put a string in it and carry you around and round and round and round. I don't know who came up with it, but whoever came up with it, y'all need to give it back to them. Okay, I'm just saying, you might want to give that back to them. I don't quite get it. Yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't. And you wonder why people don't want to hire you. But they hire you anyway because they don't want you to say, well, he was discriminating. Yeah, we have a right to discriminate if you look like an idiot coming to work. I'm just saying, it's not a professional look. You might want to take that for what it's worth. Good morning, who's this? Yes, ma'am. Fine, how are you doing? Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that yet. When I see that, I'll let you know. I haven't seen that yet. I guess I ain't been looking hard enough. Mm. Mm. Yeah. I saw one guy one day, about 45 years old. He holding up his pants in one hand, his son, his little boy holding up his pants, and they're holding, in the other hand, they're holding each other's hand. All I could do was laugh going down the street. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess it will sooner or later. Mm. Oh, he's doing fine. Doing fine. Can't complain. All right. Thank you there. All right. Bye-bye. 860-1440, 8:32 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Listen. Yes. Yeah. But it ain't just your business. You make me look bad. But I'm old. I'm old. I got a right to do that. I ain't trying to get nobody's job. What? No, I'm just asking the questions. That's all. Right. Oh, okay. Now let me tell you what happened to me. Okay, hold on. Let me tell you what happened to me one day when I tried to approach a young person. So I'm pulling up at the red light, right? I'm pulling at the red light. He got the N word coming out of his car, in this, in that, with his raps on. So I looked at the young man. I said, if a white man was to call you that, I mean, what would you say? You know what he did? He pulled out a 9mm gun and pointed at me and said, I said, hey, I'm gone. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I said that the other day, as a matter of fact, but yeah. Why can't you? No, they're not. Listen. Hey, if their daddy didn't, wait a minute, if their daddy didn't build a relationship with them, why should I? If their daddy didn't build a relationship with them, tell them that you ought to pull your pants up, why should I get worried about them? I just try to give them some advice. Yeah. That's got nothing to do with rating. They're not listening to me. They're not listening to me. Yeah. Well, well, again, I hope somebody listening, but not the guy holding his pants up. Yeah. But that's up to their daddy. Their daddy should tell them all of that. If they want to look like a fool, I'm gonna talk about them like a fool. What's hey guess what? Let me ask you a question. Now let me ask you a question. Just between you and I, in all seriousness, just between you and I, don't you believe somebody already talking about him? When you see a fool going down the street with his pants all below his knee, don't you think somebody else was already talking about him? That's true. Yeah. Yes. We didn't all talked about it. Yes. Yeah. No. So let me ask you a question. Okay. Well, I didn't say. Listen. Anybody that's 40 and 45, 50 years old, it's too late to help. If they don't know walking around with your pants below your ankles almost, it's too late. It's too late. Well, give me. You remember? How long you been in Montgomery? Okay. You remember Ralph Featherstone? Ralph, Featherstone was on WXBI, and he always had a saying: "If you don't want to hear it, don't let it happen." Yeah. Oh no. Okay. If that's what you think, I can't change your mind. I'm hoping that somebody hears this and tell their loved one, stop looking like a fool going down the street with your pants down, and whoever the hell telling these women to put earrings in their nose is ought to tell them that too.
One other thing before I go.
Yeah.
It's lying when you say you ain't seen them women's breasts out now. You
Wait a minute. I never said I never said I never seen a couple of them out, but I haven't seen the one that Miss Fan is talking about. Come on, man. I ain't seen all that. I'm just trying to make it way through. Anyway, let's take a break. We'll be back.
Young to understand my tears. She said, but just keep on living. My friends today, I can understand her tears.
I mean, I've seen the couple fair before, We'll be back. We'll see ya.
And some days when I would get to that old house, she would be humming and moaning on the phone.
WSFA.
Sometimes she
Solar
would.
weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Discover. Some banks can make it complicated to redeem credit card rewards. But with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amounts at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
A very cold start this morning in the low and mid 30s with frost out there in many communities. So you may want to give yourself a few extra minutes this morning. Temperatures today, they do warm up. It's just not much, up to about 50, 51 with a good deal of sunshine today. Plenty of sun on Friday. Temperatures start in the morning in the upper 20s. Warm into the afternoon into the mid 50s. More clouds for Saturday and a slight chance of a shower, especially in South Alabama. Highs stay in the 50s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got a couple of things going on. Watch for disabled vehicles blocking traffic on Madison Avenue at Ripley. Also 85 southbound at Ann Street. We've got an 18-wheeler and a pickup truck off to the right side of the road. All lanes are open, be advised. 3100 block of Taylor Road there near Vaughn. We've got an accident reported there as well. And we've still got trouble on Troy Highway southbound. A bad accident involving injury at Bell Road. Traffic now back up to the East Boulevard. Fall is here at Premier Place, and after shopping, you can eat at Poblanos, King Buffet, Sweet Frog, Rose, and Yogurt. It's all at Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Miller.
The best choice we have can be confusing with all the brands and options.
I have to initiate the audience at some point.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that's something to think back into, and that's Medishare. Maybe you've heard switching to Medishare. Healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion.
We don't want that
bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 844-53-BIBLE. That's 844-53-BIBLE. 844-53-BIBLE.
Wait. Tell me where'd you get that money? This money came from 43money.com right online. Are you saying you went to 43money.com and got all that money you needed fast? Man, you know it. I went to 43money.com yesterday and bam, $5,000 was in my account today. Straight up. Now hold on. 43money.com helps you get $5,000 like that? Yeah, man, that's right. 43money.com's lenders provide personal loans for up to $5,000 for people like you and me, even if you don't have good credit. Man, I'm always short on cash. Can 43money.com help me get the money I need fast? If you need extra money fast, go to 43money.com. Just have a checking account and a regular source of income. Go to 43money.com and you can get the loan you need now. Regardless of your credit, go to 43money.com to get the money you need fast. Type www.43money.com directly into your address bar. That's 43money.com. Again, 43money.com. 43money.com.
Hey, I'm Jody.
And I'm Tracy from American Oak and More.
And to the Rustic Furniture Outlet.
We would like to say thank you to everyone in Montgomery, Autauga, and Elmore County for voting us your #1 furniture store in the 2022 Reader's Choice Awards. If you've never shopped with us before,
y'all come see us.
And if you've shopped with us in the past,
y'all come back, you hear?
Remember to check us out on Facebook when we post all of our new items.
You don't pay with fake money, don't set up fake money.
Hey y'all, I'm Cody.
Andy, Carson, Bull. We would like to say thank you.
Yeah.
Everyone in Autauga, Elmore, and Montgomery County, voting us the #1 mattress store in the 2022 Reader's Choice Awards. Never shopped with us before? Shop with us again. Shop with us in the past. Y'all come back here. Y'all count sheep, get a great night's sleep. Thank you again. Wolf Boys Betting, next to American Oak and More. The #1 mattress store, 4245 with Hunter Hopper.
Another Guardian Credit Union story.
Hey, are we trimming the same as usual?
Yeah,
How's your baby girl doing?
she's great, but with 3 kids, we really need more space.
You should check out Guardian Credit Union. We got a home equity line of credit from Guardian to finish our basement. They have low rates and a great team that's easy to work with.
Really?
Yeah, my mom got a Guardian home loan to buy her house. They refinance too.
Thanks. I'll check them out.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
Ben here with Just Blinds in Prattville. On behalf of the Myers family and our entire team here at Just Blinds, we want to sincerely thank you for selecting Just Blinds as the best, your number one choice for blinds, shutters, and drapes in Central Alabama. Just Blinds has been delivering on our family's commitment to provide quality window treatments at affordable prices and to deliver the absolute best in customer service before, during, and after the sale for over 35 years. Please visit us online at gojustblinds.com.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 4.
Okay, someone asked me, what about a man with a tramp stamp? I've never seen one, and I'm not really looking that close. Okay, I'm just saying, I don't know if a guy have them or not. I mean, he could think he a woman, so I mean that's cool. If he wants to feel that way, that's great. I won't be looking. I just won't be. 8:44 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. The nose spray, not the ears, but the nose thing. Yeah. And it was a dumb culture over there, and it's dumb over here too, since none of us have been to Africa. None of these folks that I'm looking at been to Africa. It's just it's not a front office appeal. Okay, if you're working in the front office of somebody and somebody comes in there to do business with you, I don't think I want to see somebody with a bone through their nose. Yeah, well, that's true. We could, that's good, but most of us, even the Africans, don't like American black folks. So I mean, we have nothing to do with it. That over there. I'm talking about over here. I've seen some ugly. Yeah. I know. But it also came back in the day when slave owners would put that in your nose so they would know who you belong to. So now I don't know which one while we doing it, but that's why they put it in their nose. You are property. So now if you want to act like you somebody's property, then so be it. All right. Yeah, that's what it was. So we good. That if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do, I guess. One of the most serious things, though, I haven't had an opportunity to get into. I had an opportunity to get into. I just haven't got into it because I just don't know what to do about it. I think the governor of the state of Alabama needs to be held accountable for what's happening in these prisons. Inmate stabbed to death. Another inmate at William Donaldson Correctional Facility. A state inmate was killed on Monday afternoon at William Donaldson Correctional Facility in western Jefferson County. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office identified the slain man as I hate when here's what the article actually says. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office identified the slain inmate as Kenneth Earl Ray II. I don't know why we had to say inmate. Does that mean he's not worthy of our sympathy, not worthy of our care? He was a human being named Kenneth Earl Ray II. He was 32 years old. So far this year, not the last 10 years, not the last 2 years, this year, 35 people have died at one prison, Donaldson, surpassing the 2021 tally of 26 people. According to the Alabama Department of Corrections, I don't know what the hell they call it that, death at Donaldson have trended upwards since in recent years. ADOC says 17 inmates died in 2019 and 22 in 2020. So you can go to Alabama prison, get the death penalty without getting the death penalty. People are saying there are not enough correctional officers. Then if we don't have enough correctional officers, why don't we find alternative ways to punish people except putting them in a sardine can? And I don't know what those ways would be. That's not my shtick. That is, we got all these people going to college for criminal justice. So you would think after all this money that is spent, after all the theories have been put forth, after all these social constructs have been constructed, pulled down, built back up, that you would think that all these people with PhDs and master's degrees in criminal justice could think of something to do so this kind of atrocity does not happen. And I think that Governor Ivey should be called on the carpet for this. If you can't get the right people, this is about leadership. And if you can't get the right people in order, then maybe we should just fire everybody and start all over. Okay, maybe we ought to have the National Guard guard the prisons. Okay, they got more. They evidently got more after 20 years in Afghanistan. We know how to handle prisoners without killing them, getting them killed. It just seems to me that 35 human beings, 35 souls have been lost in one prison. We're not going to go to all the rest of them. One prison in America. The governor needs to be held responsible for this. And she's responsible because if the people she keep putting in charge can't stop this carnage, then we need a new governor and a new member of the DOC, a new charge of the DOC. Okay, I mean, this is just bad. Okay, Stacey Davis Ray's mother got the call from the prison chaplain at Ray's cellmate when she was at work at Mitchell Cancer Center. Okay, they said he had been assaulted and died. Obviously, he was assaulted. I mean, what's and I hate the fact the inmate. Okay, the inmate like that somehow lessens the atrocity, the shame of it all. So I don't know. I just something is wrong with our prison system, and the governor of the state of Alabama, Kay Ivey, has to be held accountable along with the whole apparatus of the Department of Corrections. And if we can't find somebody that can run this thing and get order in these things, I know a couple of people that can get order in it, then maybe we need to fire everybody down there. 35 people, one prison. I mean, it would be a shame if we had 35 people killed in prison combined in the United States. But we're talking about one prison in one place, 35 people getting killed. Hell, it's worse being in there than it is in combat. So I'm just saying there's something wrong with our prison system. And Kay Ivey has sat behind that desk for too many years now and seen this carnage go on without a plan. Okay, obviously changing different people in there is not helping. It's not helping. It's not helping. So I don't know what the deal is on that. But again, and you know what? To most of us who don't have people in prison, it doesn't matter to us. Some people even say, well, they shouldn't have been in there. Maybe so. But as we saw the other day, we had two brothers that was in prison for 20 years and didn't do it. They just got out the other day. So everybody that's in prison doesn't belong there. They're there because of economic issues or they couldn't afford a decent lawyer. I would agree. Probably most people in prison belong there. But unless you've done a crime that deserves a death penalty, you should not die in Alabama's prison. Okay? You should not die. I'm just saying. And I don't know where the people, because we're never going to get anybody's attention to this prison issue until the people with loved ones in there are willing to go to jail themselves to make a change. You got to be willing to come to Montgomery. You got to be willing to not be moved and sit there, that governor's place over there, until something changes. Okay? I'm just saying, and it's going to take the people, because even though I may be passionate about it, I don't know anybody in prison. But if you got loved ones, y'all need to sacrifice some money and get on a bus and come up here and protest the hell out of Governor Ivey's office. It makes no sense to have more people killed than we do in the Army. At one prison, 35 people. So Governor Ivey needs to come out and answer this. Somebody needs to answer, and she's at the top of the food chain. And I just think it is time that she deals with this, comes to us as the public who pay her salary, and then tell us why you cannot run a prison. Okay? Why you cannot do it, because obviously she can't do it. I'm getting tired of seeing people, the carnage in our prisons. We got black folks going to jail getting killed, going in Birmingham, Montgomery, Chicago, black folks getting killed. Is there any safe harbor? We even got folks getting killed in church. Is there any safe harbor where people can have some semblance of order and a little bit of safety? I guess the best thing to do is to have on January 1st, have everybody carry a gun. You know, hell, it looks like the people in prison need to carry a gun. The prisoners do. Okay, that's what it looks like to me. So I'm right down the street from the governor's office. Something needs to happen. Stop letting these people die who don't have the death penalty imposed upon them by the state. Something's wrong. Good morning. Yes. Hey, I went and voted. I went and voted. Yeah. I do have passion. I do have passion, but until those I hear, but until those people who have loved ones, right, right, but until those people who have loved ones in these prisons get mad, like Malcolm X said, nobody cares if you feel sorry for yourself. People won't pay attention to you until you get mad, and it is time for somebody to get mad. People around here, wait, especially black people, we're so we vote the same way 98% of the time. Okay, write in this. Yeah, and I did a write in. I did my own write in. But again, but since no, of course it wasn't. No, of course not. Hey, preach. Well, again, the Democrats had it for 139 years straight, and now we're going to blame everything on the Republican Party. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Hey, I got to go because I'm running out of time. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Mm. Well, doesn't seem like it does. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Who's this? Pretty good. Quickly, I got about a minute. They do. They do. They got to come up here in mass. Yeah. I can't go for them. That's right. Appreciate it. But Governor Ivey needs to come out and address this. Why we got so many young folks dying in prison. I ain't blaming her for what's happening on the street. But in that prison, which comes under her guidance, she needs to answer for this. We'll be back. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Hopefully.
SFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. The community came together at Selma High School last night for a meeting.
You link to that meeting.
After one student died from an apparent fentanyl overdose. Selma City School Superintendent says that drugs and violence are starting to show up at their schools. Parents involved. Alabama hospitals are stressed with both financial and workforce issues, according to Dr. Don Williamson. The president of the Alabama Hospital Association says right now, Alabama's dealing with a lot of challenges, including millions of unreimbursed personnel costs from COVID, issues with Medicaid, and a high uninsured population. Durham State Community College is opening another truck training site in Montgomery. Representatives with the college say that this gives people the opportunity to have well-paying jobs in our area in the truck driving industry. I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News, and these are your Thursday morning headlines.
News Radio 1440 WLWI-AM, the home of Sean Hannity. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama. A Cumulus media station.
Wait. Tell me where'd you get that money? This money came from 43money.com right online. Are you saying you went to 43money.com and got all that money you needed fast? Man, you know it. I went to 43money.com yesterday and bam, $5 grand